Wait, I know those... Wait, Bambina? Lottie? What are you doing here? And why are you dressed as men?
First of all, these are our uniforms.
We're now officers...
Officers of the Resistance!
Officers. Cute.
Moreover, it's Private Lottie to you now, and Sergeant Bambi.
Sergeant Bambi.
Do you hear that, Lottie?
I think
Rufus is making fun of us, Sergeant!
I think he's looking for a new set of teeth.
Ladies, please stay calm. Don't get your panties in a knot. That causes chafing. So you've joined the Resistance now, too.
Do you mind?
Of course not, Sergeant. Bambi.
What's so funny about that?
Well, it's funny because you're women. Don't you get it?
Oh, for pity's sake, I always knew you was an idiot. But a sexist idiot?
What? No. It's got nothing to do with sexism. Some things just don't fit together. Women in the Resistance. I mean, that's like, putting a sombrero on a wombat.
Ho, ho, ho! Sombrero!
You see, even Lottie finds it funny. And I don't think it's because she's prejudiced against toxicants, right?
Never.
Or wombats. Oh, I love wombats. They're so... Exactly, just like women. Attention, superior officer present.
Ah, where?
Behind you?
Naturally, I was referring to myself, you herbal cannon fodder supplement.
Yeah, right.
We're only taking orders
From our squad leader!
Yeah, well, I don't care who that is. She's under my command as well. I'm the big chief, after all.
Nice try, Rufus. But we know the General, and you're not him.
The what? The general? Huh. Squad leaders? Generals? Have I really been gone that long? Bozo's sick.
Not his milk allergy acting up again. Tell him I'm not gonna hold back his hair this time.
Yeah, that's no fun, for sure. But that's not what I was referring to. I think he's depressed.
Because of the planet's destruction?
No idea. He's totally lethargic, just muttering to himself.
He doesn't have to worry. The new General has a plan.
I have a plan, too.
In that case, I take it all back. He should be very worried indeed.
I need someone who can identify me.
You are Rufus!
Yeah, I know that, but Leibold appears to have forgotten. So will you come to the gate with me so he'll finally let me into the camp?
Maybe later. We're on an important mission right now.
Oh yeah, you're painting each other's nails?
Nah. We're giving each other
Unfortunately. Or...
Are you trying to tell us we're not...
I suggested that, not because I...
If you want to test the toughness of...
Can't you take a short break to identify me at the gate?
Not until we find the right design for the squad insignia.
Our squad leader's spirit.
Team spirit, don't you even know...
I've got an idea for your squad insignia.
Let's hear it.
What about a pretty flower?
A flower?
What? Women like...
Let's see whether you're still laughing when I crack your nasal bones.
Oh, you ladies are... What about a...
Private?
Did I say yes?
You heard her. But if you wait until I find the crowbar...
What about a dainty little princess?
Offensive.
Let's make him bleed for this affront.
What about a mop?
Oh, so we can mop up the blood and gore.
No, Private. He's only trying to... But if he carries on, he'll...
What about a shark?
That's not a bad idea.
Don't you think a shark might make me look fat?
That would depend on the color.
What about...
Dusky pink!
But then it won't go with the shoes.
I'm sure you...
If you think of any... Unless it...
Can't you...
Not until we...
Our squad...
Spirit...
Teams, don't you...
I don't... All right, I don't have time to bother you.
That's more...
The girl... How we... Something's moving back there. It's hard for normal eyes to tell what it is. But I can see it's a blurry blob. No doubt about it. Something's... It's a blur... No...
Barry, there's somebody at the door.
I heard it.
Chase him off. I need quiet for the cover story. You know, about that idiot who almost got us all killed.
Yeah, I know.
Psst. Rufus, come in. But please be very quiet, okay?
This is in fact one of my favorite screens. This has little to do with visual criteria, but is instead a matter of content. As a writer, you're always partly a slave to the muse, so to speak. You're always dependent on the right moment and the right ideas. In regards to this screen, I must thank my muse. She was the gateway to this uncanny lineup, even though we've reached it over some detours. We have a rope merchant to the left and a medical practice for psychotherapy to the right. And since we're in a conflict area, the wall between those two has been torn down, resulting in a vast increase in customers for the rope merchant, who improved his ropes with fancy additions accordingly. And thus we have the uncanny situation that Rufus does not choose the path of least resistance and instead visits the therapist's couch first.
Well, first of all, it is nice to lie down on a couch. Frankly, it's more comfortable. And, seeing this reminds me again of my biography. See, I've seen a lot of jobs in my time. Too many to dwell on, but I don't have the time. You don't have the budget for that. But anyway, when I lost my last job as a baby photographer, I was out of work for about 2 years. I lived off my savings and I picked up a hobby. Whenever there was a house marked for demolition, I'd sneak into the building right before it was about to be torn down to look at the act of demolition up close. And if you think I'm way too happy in this scene, ask yourself, what the hell is wrong with that guy? And now you know.
You never told me you were a photographer as well. All things considered, your profession would have come in very handy since, I don't want to spoil things for you. What a coincidence nonetheless. In this very image on the lower edge of the screen, there's a hint for the reason why there's a need of taking pictures of a baby. Who would have thought?
He looks grumpy. I better not bother him. He looks grumpy. If Barry behaves himself, he'll get to type out my biography someday. Hey, Barry, why so sad?
Oh, Rufus, it's terrible. Everyone says you aren't a hero. You're an idiot. They say you brought down the end of the world upon us.
They're just jealous. I'm totally swell, and you know it.
I don't know what to think anymore. I haven't been able to get a single shot of your heroic deeds.
Well, you just aren't as good a photographer as I am.
If only I had just one photo as proof of your selflessness.
Yeah, that would be great for me. You know what? I'll make you a deal. I'll find the subject for another heroic deed, and you'll get your photo. Agreed?
Oh, that would be so great!
I'll be right back. Things look black for the Orcanon. The future is at least not on this piece of... Yerk, as in, it would be most yerksome if I can't find a use for this. There's only one a capital yerk. Isn't this needed?
No, there are hardly any words, and we already reported on the Satyr Knuckles in our winter special, Mythological Physical Extremities.
Oh yeah, I think Tony had that issue. Whatever for?
The cover story was about centaurs.
Oh yeah, of course. If Barry behaves himself...
And?
Thousands! But we want it to... These things can't be... Oh, I still need all these sub... He looks great. Better...
Are you merely saying that I find it inappropriate for you to be selling rope directly next to my practice.
I don't know what you're talking about. I stock nothing but high-quality products. And with all due respect, your clientele seems to feel the same way. Since the Organon destroyed the facade between our businesses, my sales have tripled. I've never had a customer come back with a complaint.
That... no, forget it.
I just did.
A whole cabin. Well, if I can't get Bozo back to his old self with that, then I don't know what else to do.
Hands off. The antidepressants are for patients who are... Hands... The anti...
He looks like that mime as he tries to call for his mother, but he has a baguette in his mouth with a whole bunch of spiders crawling out of it.
Why?
I'd like a therapy session.
It doesn't work like that. You need a doctor's referral.
Is that really necessary? My family doctor doesn't much like me. The last time I saw him, he locked me up in prison just because I set fire to City Hall.
Then you're in the right place. That much is sure. But first, you need a referral.
Yeah. All right.
And in the meantime, I'll get a larger notepad.
He looks like that and he tries to call... I've always known, so now I have a doctor's referral.
May I see it? Everything seems to be in order. Please lie down on the couch.
Well, you sure don't waste any time. You could at least put on some romantic music.
Just lie down, okay?
All right, all right.
All right. First, I would like you to tell me why you're here.
So, I've got this friend.
A friend. I see. What's wrong with him?
Well, I don't know. He just lies around all day, doing nothing.
And, according to you, what should he be doing?
Well, something useful for a change, like saving the world, etc.
Saving the world. Don't you think that's asking a bit much of a single person?
Of course, it's practically impossible, but that didn't stop us before. We had many narrow escapes, but now, of all times, so close to victory, boom, count me out, nothing doing.
Well, I can understand your friend pretty well. He's under enormous pressure and probably scared.
Yes, naturally. That sounds like him. Black beard on the outside, yellow liver on the inside.
And quite rightfully so, don't you think? Save the world. That's a...
He can't split himself in three after all.
Exactly.
Unlike me.
As you say, he... say what?
Yeah, I was feeling pretty down myself when there was only one of me.
Whoa! Let's take this slowly.
Actually, that was mainly because of this stressful resurrection business. And, of course, the fact that I had killed my girlfriend.
I see. One thing at a time. Why, don't you just tell me?
I often have the feeling that I don't belong.
Belong to what?
You know, everything. Deponia.
So you wish you were better integrated?
Jeepers, no. I just want to leave this place. Elysium is where I belong. Unfortunately, getting there is harder than I thought. At least as long as I'm trying to prevent this planet from being blown apart.
I see.
I'm afraid of transforming into someone I don't want to be. I last saw him yesterday when I brushed my teeth.
In the mirror?
Right.
And what's so terrible about him?
Oh, you know, Goal's ex-fiancée is an Elysian. A real sleazebag.
And you feel compelled to take over his role?
Yeah, that's the plan, yes.
And naturally, that makes you feel uncomfortable.
I hate this role.
You are tired of...
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Your use of complex metaphors to describe your inner turmoil is truly remarkable.
Yeah, what complex? But this isn't about metaphors. I'm talking about my evil doppelganger.
I see.
I'm racked with...
Does that have anything to do with the factor that you, killed your girlfriend? Isn't that what you told me earlier?
Nah, it's fine. I revived her. I'm more worried about her going down the drain. She's only a baby.
I see.
I'm plagued by fears of failure. There's so much left to do, and so little time. Even splitting myself in 3 doesn't seem enough.
But you still seem
Oh, you thought I was talking about myself. No way. I was referring to the other...
I'm afraid this is getting... You appear to be... Sometimes the best... Would that really...
Yes? Are you even I was dead.
You mean you had a
Doesn't get any nearer.
What was it like?
Like a nightmare at first. Then, I remember a light. And eventually, I met my maker.
Really?
Yes, his name is Hermes. Cool guy, actually. Too bad he had to kill himself over me. I could tell you about my childhood.
I'd like that, yes.
My foster father was... At first, he took me along, but at some point, I wasn't allowed back in, because after that, I was mostly...
You didn't have a...
No, I was still very... But then, by the time I turned 4, I learned how to open those handcuffs using the...
Do you feel embarrassed when you
No. Why?
Well, you
I'm not here just to chat with you, actually.
You're expecting results. If you have a hard time talking about... how about...
What? You're gonna lock me up in a shack with a lion?
It's an association.
Oh, a card game. But don't get your hopes up. Because I'm much more so than my father.
Let's get started then.
Penis! No, I mean, I'm ready.
So, what do you...
That's me, on Elysium, together with Goal.
And that does not worry you? You know the rumors about the Elysians giving the order.
Do I know them? I started them.
Perhaps we should... What do you see? You what?
A butterfly, you know, flitting through the air. Was that wrong? In that case, I would...
This is not about... It's just that most people see something different.
Most people are idiots. They wouldn't know a butterfly if it fluttered up their butt.
I see. Interesting. Let's look at the next picture. What do you...
That's me saving the world.
Please be...
Hey, what do you mean? You're the one with the...
Right. If you prefer goofing off instead of giving me some...
But I only told...
In that case, you should... There is no therapy here for people like... Maybe you should consult an exorcist instead. And please stay...
I needn't...
What?
Can't you just write me a prescription of some kind? Oh, really, all this is taking much too long. While we're chewing the fat here, part of me is already halfway to Elysium, while the other part is still roaming the sewers.
Bravo! That was a very... You are the last thing I want...
Rats. Oh, come on.
That first, I need to... Then I will decide whether...
Oh, yeah? If you're that keen on seeming a pro... But
you couldn't... That's nothing to be ashamed...
Wow, everyone else always asks like... This is... I'm out of here.
Well, I restrained. Come back when you're ready to...
Classic. I bet they'd look... A friendly, dynamic guy inspires a lot of confidence. Where would we be without my excellent grasp of human nature? Yoo-hoo!
Good day to you, sir. Would you like to buy a rope? We have exactly the right rope for every neck.
What are the financing options?
A man with gallows humor. I like that. But we only accept cash, unless, of course, you're participating in our rebate campaign. With 30 points, you get a toaster with a fixture for the bathtub.
Nah, I don't really know. I think I'll take a look around first.
Of course. Take your time, and don't hesitate to ask if you need any help trying something on.
Moe's Therapeutic Ropes. The cheaper Welcome to Morbid Moe's Therapeutic Folia. Apparently, the knot will be worn more to the left. Very much.
Excellent. You'll find all the important in there's even a small preview of the upcoming winter pack. If you are subject to winter depression, many models are out of stock during the holiday. What are you doing?
I'm making a paper air.
My beautiful flyer!
Well, we'll see if it's a beautiful flyer in the test flight. Eleganza, the rope. It flattered. Two.
This is in fact one of my... We have...
Well, I... Moe's Therapeutic Folia. Apparently, the knot will be yerk, as in... Of course, if you make the nose of a paper airplane heavier with a weight, it'll fly farther. I knew my long career as a parking offender would eventually pay off. The future, at least not. There's something stuck. A capital. Yes, that would be the perfect. On the other hand, the information, and I doubt that it's true what they say. I'll certainly keep that idea. This is a letter. Mama Bear, Papa, and Ninja.
What did they write?
They wrote, don't be so... The letter, my dear, I wish... That's going to cost it. Well, serve to be morning. All my P.S. I think he at any rate. This is a letter. Mama. And
what did they write?
They wrote... Hey, there's something moving there. Isn't that... Of course, that's baby Bozo, in great danger. I have to tell Barry about it. I see, I have to tell... Good news.
Really?
Come on.
Oh, dear. That's terribly high.
Stop whining and keep your camera ready, because what I'm about to do, I'm only going to do once, unless the picture isn't any good, and then we'll do it again.
None of the devices of slapstick comedy shall remain unused, and thus here comes a scene that is reference to all slapstick comedies that have ever had their heroes climb on high scaffoldings. I think there was a really bad one by Mel Brooks or by Abraham Zucker. One of those that usually knew what they were doing. Oh no, I think it was the guys who did Home Alone. What was their name again? I forgot. Anyway, the movie was Baby Stay Out or something, and the baby from the title was crawling through a construction site and over steel beams and things like that. And that's when I thought bringing Rufus into a similar situation can only be a good idea. So that's how the scene ended up in the game. I admit it's a bit random, but if Rufus ends up doing something heroic, then it has to be saving a baby from a construction site, hasn't it?
I only have this... I hope he doesn't... Hey!
Ultra funny. I had a...
You were... This is probably where the construction... Yeah, you know, at home with the Bozos, that would have been a real knee slapper. That will... Children. Maybe I should feel that I couldn't even catch her. Hey, I'll try. You
Somehow that...
just wait and see. I wanted to check the... This is, what? A pacifier? At least, it feels like a pacifier. Somewhat drooly. Here we... Pacify. At least I... There. That should shut her up for now. Here we go. There's a... Here we... Feels like there's more back there. I feel it. And the air is... Here we... Ha! No doubt about it. It's the plot of Sequel or a low-hanging... Some kind of moth. It'll be hard to get ahead. There. The... Hey, sure. Ha-ha! Success! Is there anything I can't set on fire? Say something, Goal. Goal. Uh-oh. Very funny. Just so you know, that was all part of the plan. And anyway, we have more important things to do now. We have to find that what's-it acid and turn you back into a real person. It's such a nice... And I'm happy.
And here she is, our goalie. That's what we called her in the development team to distinguish her from Baby Goal. A bit of a slip, of course, that we spent the name Baby Goal already in the second part, Chaos on Deponia. But here we are, with Goalie, who may tell us what kind of experience the voice recording was, considering you had to adjust your age, no offense, by 20 years or something that feels like 70 years, 18? Let's just say it wasn't easy from an acting point of view, shall we? So, what do you think? So that means you have a special technique that's stepping into method acting, isn't it? The bananas, really. And the government is also involved. Never considered that. But you've heard it with your own ears. Our actors really have one or two incredible tricks up their sleeves. I'm stunned and out for now. So let's move on.
She's a lot. That's the most... Once you're big again, I will never kill you. Oh, you forgive everything I do. Something's... You said, what? Are you calling me a... Yeah, okay. You're welcome to go look... Yeah. That's... Yoo-hoo! Huh? What was that? Anybody there? Hello! Nah, probably just... All right. As long as he's guarding the loading, it could be... I'll have to distract that somewhere. What are the 50... According to the label, so I have to find... That's a way. I should find a...
Hello? Anybody there?
Darn, that lousy spot till the guard is distracted. Finally, something around here works. I bet the other two aren't doing as well. Those idiots. Huh? What's that?
And to conclude today's show, I have a very special treat for you. You all know him, you all love him, and here he is now with his current smash hit, Cowboy Dodo, with Look at Me!
A solar-powered, illuminated sign.
What you want, where you stand, there's no plan except the one with the big old label goals for the future. What? You choose, playing Cowboy Dodo. We're seeking exclusivity, that's okay, man, for a suit you. Style of life, you're self-sufficient like a cop. I with persona, never pull a thing off sofa. But if you did it beyond your own account, you never ask if I should skip every tutorial. We have your own, you've never cited any editorial. Well, don't so far, amigo. What's off of your big ego? The only thing that's bugging me is every time that we go. Hey, what's up, bro? You go, why is every moron struck by luck? Why am I stuck in the muck while every jerk is what the look? If you never ask for help and suit yourself with LIV, wanna know how it's been done? Just look at me. Does it hurt to face the fact? Have your options track and check. Dianact a remedy, just look at me. Did your diopters quadruple? Need your loopholes for your pupil? Is it still too hard to see? Well, look at me. They call me Cowboy Dodo. Cowboy Dodo.
What do you know? The Organon is a Cowboy Dodo fan. Now that he's distracted, preferably one that... And then it's Goodbye Deponia. Pity the goal isn't here. I shouldn't have left her fate in the hands of that stupid other Rufus. Same old story. If he wants, I bet those other two... Oh, darn. This one, I have to find it. According to the label, so I have to... That's a way. I should... There we go. This one. Oh, darn. It's secured. According to the... So, not... I have to... That's a way. I should... There we go. This one. Oh, I can't get it open as long as there's... There we go. Oh, I can't get it... There we... This... Oh, it's... Also perfect. Darn. Let's do... According to the... So I have to... That's a... I should... The entirely different... There's no... I have to find... That's a waste of... I should find it. I have to find... Ooh, twerk. What? As long as his... Oh yeah, before I always keep yourself between me and the man we don't want anything to I can't believe how stupid those organons are.
And now, after the unparalleled success of Look at Me, we are pleased to be able to present you with the first exclusive preview of his new single. Here, for your listening pleasure, comes Cowboy Dodo and Look Around.
Oh no, not the B-side too.
Wow, you just can't get your eyes off me, can you? It's not fair and you keep daring, show is over, I'm a venue. Don't you ever have to blink? What, are you some kind of guppy? Why don't you just watch a bunny on my video with a puppy? Look, done once if you get it, now well done enough already. I'll just stroll off somewhere else and you stay here nice and steady, right? Oh well, it should know better, what's the matter? I'm a balding, is it bogey? I might not say what the thing you are beholding. Man, you stare at me as if there was just rubbish on the telly. And I cannot even blame you, for I also have a belly full of living here, where all you see is laughing full of litter. I home I eat Deponia, I know it may sound bitter, but Somewhere up Elysium is bound to be found. You're just facing the wrong way, so turn around. Didn't we agree? Nothing here for you to see. Now good loss never be found, just look around. Got a stiff neck, maybe whiplash, wearing blinkers. Got your hip flash out, your deaf or grave. Got bound man, look around. Listen to the cowboy dodo. Cowboy dodo. Deebily-da-bop, look around. Look around.
He's actually got a point. People really should look around a lot more in their lives. Otherwise, they miss out on all the intruders! Alarm!
Look around you.
Crap. It's worse than I feared.
Are you my daddy?
I hope not. And if I am, then you must take after your mother. I'm Rufus.
Please excuse my sister's lack of restraint. She's just glad that we finally found a grown-up. I'm Rusty, that's Gretchen, and our little brother is called Hansel.
The soda straw is called Hansel? Your parents are real sadists, I guess.
Well, put it this way, they abandoned us down here in the sewers. We've been stumbling around in the dark by ourselves for quite a while. Could you maybe help us?
Of course I could, but I don't want to. Beat it.
That isn't the proper reaction. As a grown-up, you have a responsibility to help poor children in need.
I've already got one ankle biter around my neck. Help yourselves. Shoo! Fine. Sit.
Hey, just... We all don't...
Yeah, you dogs are intelligent. Hey, didn't I tell you not to come toddling after me? I am on a dangerous adventure.
But we need your help.
Yeah, and I told you, this is not for children. You could wind up in a plasma skirmish. Or be eaten right here on the spot by that witch. She looks very hungry.
Well, I never. I won't stand for such insinuations. I do not eat children.
Oh yeah? Then what are you doing here?
I collect old bottles and sell them to the sewers inn.
There's a pub down here? Excellent! I could really... Wait a second. You wouldn't happen to have found a container with a green liquid in it?
Yes. And I got the 5 zlotys for it.
Fantastic! You see, Goal, I told you I'd rescue you.
As you probably know, maybe because I told you so, I had a test version of Goodbye Deponia with atrocious dummy visuals, a complete dummy game. It made a very solid reference. Does this work the way I wanted it to? How do the animations look? What's the overall impression? And so on. And especially here in the sewers, I ran riot. Did a lot of sketching and pre-animating, and I'm very, very glad that all those funny mushroom-picking animations made it almost untouched into the final version. They've got polished, of course. The animators went through great efforts to leave them as unscathed as possible. And I'm very thankful for that. I really enjoyed scribbling those. I would do it again, even if no one would ever see them. I think the animations here were very effective.
Another rebel. Another one. Oh, but that's the same one again. He must have escaped somehow.
Huh? But I've never been here before.
Very funny. Move. Lock him up in his cell again.
I had a lot of fun with this screen. I'm afraid most of that I can't tell you about yet. Here again, I couldn't resist to tinker with the fine-tuning of the scene direction myself, and I find it remarkable that our sound guys and Simon agreed to put a voice effect on all files that are spoken by Rufus behind closed doors. Cheers, guys! I didn't think you would do it. Unfortunately, we had to continue doing that afterwards because there's other ways how Rufus changes his voice during this chapter, and we had to put an effect on those files as well. All that became pretty complex and might even have led to 1 or 2 mistakes that are still in the game. Some small bugs where Rufus' sound file has an effect on it, although, yeah. Well, but to our defense, it all was incredibly much content. Horrible. Maybe we could have done this in a better way, then we wouldn't have had these problems in the end, but yeah, there comes a time when you have to stick with what you have. Or something else. Oh, here you are in danger of missing a brilliant gag. Once you get some prison food, use it on the guard on the right. Go on, you should really do that. It's easy to miss and one of the funniest scenes. Well, no, it's not that funny, especially now that you already know it's coming. Well, it's relatively funny. A bit funny, at least.
A rug? How shishi. A rug? How shishi can you... Unless he turns around. That's... Hey, you who...
What do you want? Stop making such...
I'm hungry.
That's probably because you never touched your breakfast. Hang on, I'll open the food slot.
I need the bathroom.
Again? Fine. But this time, don't use so much toilet paper. We've already cleared the store.
Do you mean that if someone were to prevent the destruction of the planet, the Organon would be out of toilet paper?
That would be correct.
Fantastic. How's that for an incentive to save the... Yeah, I want to talk to my lawyer.
Who's your lawyer?
Well, actually, I was going to defend myself.
Whatever you like. Then go ahead and talk to yourself. But no longer than 10 minutes. Understood?
I demand a clean cell.
This is a clean cell, and I'm very proud to say so. We have all the latest cleaning technologies. The blankets are lint-free, and the toilet fresheners are dirt repellents. And I shampooed the rug earlier today.
Wow. Life in the service of the Organon gets pretty boring, huh?
Oh, you have no idea.
I'm not feeling so well. I think I'm getting sick.
I don't care, as long as you don't barf on the rug.
Let me out of here.
Forget it.
Let me...
Then don't bother.
Okay. Coffee, a bake, and pepper. What? No, that's a violation of the... And what have we? It wasn't very smart of the Organon to provide me with this essential gem of... Dentosaurus. Now that's a... Somehow I thought the Organon... Wait a... If it isn't... How did that get there? I don't suppose they're planning a spin-off. Hey, hello.
What is it now?
Yeah, please don't get me wrong.
Well, that's all you...
That's an outrage. I want to complain to the chef right now.
All right. But be quick about it. And what did he say?
He apologized and showed me around the kitchen. I had no idea how hard it is to prepare food for prisoners. Let me tell you. I'm never gonna I had no idea how hard it is. Hey, you?
What do you... Stop me...
Let me...
Then don't...
Someone's... Cletus? No, wait. You're one of my clones, right? Cleverly disguised as Cletus.
Oh, please! Don't tell me there's more than one of you now.
Very good. You've got your role as a sleazy...
Yeah.
So, if you are me, how were they able to capture you?
Same as you, I suppose.
The way they captured me was much cooler. And I've already got a plan how we can get out of here.
You can spare yourself the effort. I've tried everything.
Yeah, maybe, but I have a bunch of new tricks up my sleeve that you don't even know.
Oh, even though we're the same person?
Yeah, watch and learn. This costume isn't half... I almost fell for it.
And what about...
Just, I'll get a... Say what you like about those, but they know how... Wasn't very smart of the Dentosaurus. Put it down. Now that's somehow. Wait a minute. How did that... I don't... This prison... I mean... This plan, but I was a wreck. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? This plan, but a wreck. It's a lousy substitute for cream cheese. This prison, I mean... This pri- I mean... This pri- I mean... They say you should, but they don't say. So here's my tip. They say you should brush it. So this, I mean, what is that shit? This is a bagel. What are you going to do? Escape through? You know you. Just wait. I'm gonna take. When I eat this bagel, I'm gonna leave crumbs all of that'll teach them that. A what? I'm never. I mean, they say you should brush, but they don't. So, they say you should brush, they don't. So, here's my... They say you, but they don't. So, say what you like about the... But they... Everything you did think, at least they went for it. Hi, Bob, you old dirtbag, you. Nice to see you again. Hey. Is that a way to greet an old buddy? Weird. I used to scare Tony. It's even more fun if you... As if I didn't... This prison... I mean... What is that? What? It's our tick. You will eat this slightly adulterated bagel, and then pretend to come when they take you to sick bay. I will come forth from my hiding over my... You will eat the bagel. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. No, wait, you rotter. Give me that bagel. I'm feeling a little... I think I'm going to... What have you done, you idiot? You poisoned me! Bravo! Very convincing. But, you better save your method acting for the guard. Especially your complexion. It's really good. What? It's hard to believe that we share... Don't worry. It's all... Unless he turns... Yoo-hoo! I feel sick. Is that supposed to be me? Who else? Why are you disguising your voice? Oh, trust me, I'm an excellent... What? Oh, shush.
What is it there? If you keep... What the... You... What have you done? Off with you to... There. Now I have to air out the cell.
That was easier than I thought. Too bad there wasn't a big chase sequence on jet skis, though. I have nothing more, just this. Unless he bad.
The top. Unfortunately, with all this plot going on in different smaller portions of the screen, you almost don't get to see how nicely this room was layouted. It's pretty complex where Rufus can be seen by whom and where he has to stay hidden, but we also have a couple of simple item and combination puzzles in here. For example, there is part of a bigger puzzle spanning over more than one chapter, and over on the left we also have some small puzzles going on, maybe even a minigame. Oh, I like minigames. Yeah, this room is pretty complex, and it was a lot of work to arrange all the angles and perspectives so they'd all work, just like this last sentence.
Deponia doesn't look... I just realized that doesn't look like the resistance is giving... Boo! Yeah, which is actually... I've always... Even though they're not suitable for sending... Application only approved for filling in application forms. This doesn't make much sense. This is all the same application. Application for A, medical assistance in case of job-related injury. B, a screwdriver, sharp-edged, to be used in terminal maintenance work. And C, a replacement lead-type yerk for defective application terminals. Reference... Application form 27 yerk. Application for A, medical assistance in case of job-related. B, a screw. And C. This is all if I should... Application for A, B, and C. So far, so now. Hey, what? The yerk? So far, so good. Now, what am I going to apply for? Hey, what? The yerk? So far now. Hola 55. There. Application fee and C. To send something through the tubes. I guess the door...
Still not fast enough, Oppenbot. Ulysses must not get suspicious. I want to be there when he learns that the army he was going to blow up with this filthy planet is on board. And will take over Elysium under my command.
Ulysses isn't stupid, Bailiff.
He's stupid enough to think that 11,000 Organons would just volunteer to die submissively.
Yes, that is stupid. So, when am I getting my copy?
Don't be silly, Oppenbot. You will stay here, of course.
Ah, yes, of course.
11,000 Organons. So that's what Argus was talking about. I never believed for a moment that he wanted to save Deponia. And now, he's got the Ascension codes. I've got to hurry. He's already bringing his troops aboard. Another problem that I need to take care of later. Finally, the last what? The Organon is already in. I've got to hurry!
In this case, I'm pretty glad that Micha didn't do the screen, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, Micha, and hear me out. I know he's always listening to Let's Plays, and he's probably listening to this one here too. So if you're doing a Let's Play and you decide to click here and Micha is watching your video, then he will probably get pretty mad at me. So I want to explain that I'm simply glad because this was actually based on a sketch I drew, and who did the final version of the screen, maybe that was Fabi too. Yeah, if that's true, I'm glad she did, because she always sticks quite close to my sketches and leaves the proportions as I had them in mind, while Micha usually develops his own version. But my vision of this craft was always very important to me. I'm sure Micha would have come up with something great as well, but it surely would have been something quite different, and I really love how the boat looks like. So again, Micha, sorry, but in this case Fabi might have nailed it better. Wait, was that Fabi? I don't want to hurt some random background designer's feelings. Ah, well, who cares?
Am I intruding?
Rufus, I'm overjoyed to see you. You have come just in time.
And who have we here? Another fellow fighter in our battle against depression?
This is Rufus. I told you about him.
Wow, really? The Rufus? Now, if that isn't a good omen for our enterprise. I'm Cowboy Dodo. You may know me from the local radio. And here we have Cindy, Hottie, and Cutis.
He remembers our names! Shh! I don't want to miss a word.
Okay, listen up, everyone. I'm the head honcho around here, right? So, what do you want me to do? What's the big plan?
We are directly above Bailiff Argus's office. We believe that the Ascension codes are hidden there. Therefore, we wanted to lower Cowboy Dodo on a rope so he could get his hands on them.
I understand, within the usual tolerance. But I'm here now, so move aside and make room for me.
I like this guy. Why don't we just take a vote? I'm for Rufus.
I'm for me too.
I just don't know.
No, let Cowboy Dodo do it. He's the best man for the job. He's the best man, period.
And Janosch votes for me, of course.
Well, it's a draw then. But before we get into a fight over this, remember that manning the crank is also an important job.
The crank? I'm not your crank ape. Forget it. I demand a new count. Someone is still missing, you know. I'll be right back.
Rufus! Yes, here he is again, our favorite resistance fighter, Janosch. Fortunately, this time around, we didn't have to make another minigame for him. As you all know, I like minigames, but making that plan without offending Janosch in the second part was pretty borderline, especially since the translation into English was unbelievably hard. Writing sentences that sound realistic without using consonants that Janosch cannot pronounce so Rufus won't have to laugh at him was a pretty dangerous stunt that we didn't have to repeat here, fortunately. That way I was able to concentrate on a number of jokes surrounding Janosch's mumbling. But was that a complete sentence? I shouldn't construct sentences so complex that I end up forgetting what I wanted to say in the first place.
Fortunately, I'm paying more attention to what you're saying than you do yourself, Pokey.
Yeah, thank you, John. If you people out there want to make notes about my mistakes too, just go ahead. The developer commentary is over soon anyway. In the background you can already see the high boat. Well, actually you don't, because this yellow glass is disturbing the view. Well, that is supposed to be the high boat back there. Many people ask me, where is this room supposed to be located anyway? Well, it is located above Argus' office, of course. But you walk under this walkway that also leads up to the office. No, this room lies, of course, above Argus' office, but in the opposite building, and you have to just crawl through the tunnel and then go up, which you don't see here, and then around the corner. Oh, Lord, have you never seen Star Trek or Die Hard or any other movie where people crawl through ventilation shafts or Jeffrey's tubes? This is pretty self-explanatory, you know?
The order. There's a screw that will let you open the pipeline for maintenance. It's impossible to open. Good old yeah. I never thought I'd be so. I should have my head checked. Hey, Janosch.
Hello, Rufus.
What was that?
I thought no. Where is by ushers? They are supporting the troops that confront the Organon in town.
That sounds like a veritable civil war.
That's what it was. When we set out, the situation was already. There were countless men injured, as well as exorbitant collateral damage. With this, thousands of cash.
Wait, that isn't as funny as. What is that twerp doing here?
Twerp? Cowboy Dodo is a well-known pop star in these parts. We should be glad that he's...
May I borrow your screwdriver?
Of course. Just don't break it, please.
Hey, when did I ever break anything that belonged to you?
Just the other day you converted my deep throat fryer into some sort of cat litter box. Because of that, she thinks you were trying to tame and nurse her back to health. So, how am I to deep fry... A little later, you broke my only banana picker and my bunk bed and...
Yeah, okay, just it's your speech. See you later.
Please speak...
He probably thinks there's no... Yeah, there's no need for... That role is... But if it's any... The part of the lovable chump, just let Yana. He knows how to walk, talk...
You mean shit like a chump?
I said chump, not cracking jokes. Right, it's high time.
But Rufus, why don't you just go get your buddy and we'll have to...
Right, it's...
But
why don't... It's like... And then someone set the spin... Would you like to...
You bet. The cowboy did.
Oh, lady.
Oh my god.
No, I don't have a Cowboy Dodo fan. At least...
Really?
Hey, girls, look at me.
That's right. Look at me.
Nah, they wouldn't know a true hero if... Nah, they wouldn't know a true hero if he were a one-man... A cross... Now that's interesting. Maybe I can open this one. I hope it won't be long before they send something. Ouch. Oh, great. Well, at least I got a cap. Let's see what the organon has. Attention all ranks. Be careful around the open ends of the new... Those idiots. It's impossible. I've always loved... Even though they're not suitable for sending... I've always loved... Even though... Those who... I don't need one.
Hey, wait. What was that all about, huh? Are you serious about taking me on? In case you still don't get it, this is my show. Cowboy Dodo saves the world.
Yeah, right. And they're giving away nail clippers in Pelusia. I founded the resistance. I uncovered the plans of the Organon, and I will be the one who saves the world.
I knew it. This is all about your ego, isn't it?
Yeah, my ego is determined to save the world.
Oh, yeah? Then why do you refuse to turn the crank?
Because,
You'd better make up your mind, buddy. Do you want the world to be saved? Then come on back in and let me save the world. But if you're only doing this to look like a hero, then we got a problem. I have a certain image to uphold, you know? And I'm not about to let some local hick peel the crust off my swill.
We'll see about that.
Is that supposed to be a threat? Just look at you, you scrawny wimp. I could take on two of you hands down.
Is that so? In that case, we should try it out. Wait here. Don't go away.
You're not gonna pass here until you change.
So who's gonna...
Well, me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is so exciting. Whoa! That... Yes, that's actually the screwdriver I ordered. Based on the description, that's the last time I order anything. I've always... Even though to send something through the tube... I've always... Even though... That's... It's not much use. Alas, what cruel fate drove... It's cold, and there are poor... Hello again, I already told you.
Hey?
Yeah, but
Oh, if you want Mama Cosima's hand-crocheted Johnnies,
Where's the exit?
From the sewers, there isn't one. Those who wind up down here are damned to remain here forever. Forever! Forever!
You know, you're laying it on kind of thick for someone who isn't a witch.
Sorry, ever since I stopped taking the pill,
Where did you take the nuclear?
I sold it to the sewers inn. Leaf says it's some kind...
But it was my...
How was I supposed to know that? After all, decent fertilizer, and it's rather unusual.
So you have...
Yes.
Huh?
There isn't a lot of money, to be more precise, and at the moment...
Sounds like a very manageable...
It was, until hedge funds and speculation in the financial markets led to massive deficits in current accounts.
Yeah, sure, I see. You wouldn't... Oh, and what a coincidence.
But, mister, you can't just...
Hush now. Grown-ups?
Don't worry, boy. I have no intention of letting some random idiot palm a bunch of... I don't want to... I'm not in if I wanted to, but I decided to pursue...
Will you?
No.
Oh, come on. I mean, what good is all the well...
Very simple. I love it when people make... What was that?
I'm making them so that you'll give...
Sounded more like a rust.
Does that mean I humiliated...
No. Before you can humiliate your...
They're actually...
You mean the organ grinders? I've seen it. It's a miserable monkey. I'll keep my...
I've got...
But what? We would just have... Wait a minute. Did the water...
Like I said, ciao. One doesn't need any mycological training to know that this mushroom here... Ouch. One doesn't need... Ouch. 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 Hello again.
But what? We were just... Wait a... Did the...
Like ciao.
You're nuts, Ralphie.
Why? Just because I decided to become a vegetarian?
That's exactly why. After all, you're a slime monster, and slime monsters eat children.
I can change, you know?
You'll never stick with it, like that business with your correspondence course.
Yeah, you'll see.
Well, then enjoy your dinner. As for me, I'm gonna toss a couple of kitty arms on the barbecue.
Do that. I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah, try not to leave your mouth open so wide this time. Otherwise, a couple of kids will wind up floating down your throat.
Yeah, screw you too.
Sifting through the sewers in dark makes you pretty vicious as time passes. The sewers beneath Port of Fisco are kinda the Deponian Orcus, an underworld, the purgatory, if you will. Here, Rufus is among the worst drags, and here you can take drags quite literally, as we're talking about a slime monster. Compared to Rufus, though, the slime monster seems legitimately harmless and nice. Over the course of the chapter, you almost pity the poor slime since he swore to become a vegetarian. I gotta admit, this chapter really had me doubting myself now and then. Sometimes I had the feeling I might have overstepped my bounds there. The whole puzzle sequence here is something you wouldn't exactly consider good taste, I guess. Maybe the jacks add to that. I don't know. You have to make that call yourself. The third thing is not even on the screen here, but that's 2 screens ahead. Something that will happen in the outcast settlement, as we called it. You can expect a lot of low blows and cheap shots. Among other things, I got to stage my very own Hitchcock scene, where the horror takes place outside the scene and inside your head. That's the only connection to Hitchcock, really. At least I can't remember Hitchcock forcing the observer to... I don't want to spoil that. But there we have also the very controversial appearance of June. Why exactly it is controversial, well, you probably still have to play through that. But there will be some gut-wrenching facts that evoke a sudden urge to defend myself. Yeah, it's some very, very, very black humor involved. And, I see, my lawyer is calling. Hold on. Moment. So. Sie müssen mich leider zurückrufen. Ich stehe direkt vor dem Mikrofon und ich spreche einen Entwicklerkommentar. Warte, was sagen Sie? Oh, so teuer. Können wir nicht irgendwie einfach zurückklagen oder so? Können wir nicht? Ja, okay, das machen wir. Okay, super. Ja, einfach die Scheiße aus denen rausklagen. Das machen wir. Sehr gut, ich freue mich. Ja, Gott sei Dank, Schaden abgewendet. Okay, ich melde mich dann. Tschüss. War mein Anwalt.
What do you say? This is definitely...
Are you sure?
Of course. It's out of the wind. What else could one...
Well, it has a certain menace. You said it. Are there any guarantees that there are no...
Monster? There's no such... Except, of course, for that giant insect that almost... Oh, you should have seen it. Those long... But that was over somewhere on the other side of... Where was I?
You were trying to explain to us...
Oh, yeah. It's perfect.
But it's dark and cold.
Whoa. Complain...